Hey everyone, it's me again. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with yet another piece of furniture. I have this tall boy and it looks to be a knotty pine. It's structurally in great condition. There is some water warping or water damage here on the top. I see some bubbles, but it's wood, so I can sand those out. The drawers are in great condition. Even the liner is in good condition. So I may not take that out. It depends on how hard it is to take out. Now, I would like to leave the two top drawers in a natural wood, but because of the knotty pine, that's going to make it really difficult because those knots just show through. In looking at it, I decided that I want to take a look at the feet on the bottom before I make a decision on what I want to do with this piece. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is take the hardware off and clean the piece up. Now, I'll show you a little bit of cleaning, but you've seen me do cleaning so much, and I try not to leave that part of the video in. And here we are with what has fallen behind. Looks like shoulder pads and socks. I laid my dresser on the back so I can look at these legs. I hate these round legs and I want to see what I can do to take them off. But before I do that, let me just clean the bottom of the piece and also clean inside the last two drawers because I couldn't reach all the way back. Now, after a closer inspection of these legs, I might have to leave these attached because they are attached to the bottom of the dresser with glue and screws. Over here, I noticed the gash on the side. I'm going to use my Gorilla wood filler and fill it in. I'll also fill in any other scratches or dents that I see on the piece with the Gorilla wood filler. Filler is dry and ready for me to sand smooth. I'm going to sand smooth and scuff sand as well. I am using my 180 grit sandpaper to do this. Primer, I'm using Kilt's all-purpose primer. I'll use this to prime my piece. Of course, I'm using a roller for the flat surfaces, and I'll be using my angle brush to cut into these corners and curves. I'm adding my second coat of primer. Even though that I didn't show it, it's also very important to make sure you sand and wipe away the dust in between each layer of paint. Now I bumped up to a 320 grit sandpaper to lightly sand the top of the piece before I add my first coat of paint. Time for the fun stuff, paint. Today I'm using paint by Dwell, and I'm using it in the anthracite color. It's a dark gray. Now this is specifically for wood, and it came with all of these goodies: the tape, the plastic wrap, the sponge roller, the paint applicator, rubber gloves, a brush, sandpaper, and pretty much everything you need. So this will be great for beginners. Let's just see how the paint works. I have my paint here in the foil line tray. I have my short handle angle brush for those tight curves and corners, and I have the roller that they sent to me. I will make sure I leave a link to everything that I used on this project in the description box below. I'm gonna let this first coat of paint dry, and I'll come back and add my second coat. I had already started to just scuff sand the top of my first coat of paint when I realized I had some bubbles in my paint. So now I'm just switching over to a coarser grit paper. It's 100 grit because the water bubbles on the top are still there. So I want to really try to smooth those out. So I got this coarser paper. And when I'm done or satisfied, I'll transfer back over to the 120 grit to start to try to smooth it out. Now I'm going to go up to 180 grit sandpaper just to smooth out the rough area. Okay, I wiped away all the debris and everything feels smooth to the touch, and I'm going to go ahead and add that second coat of paint. Now I did store my paint in a plastic bag. Actually, it's been 3 days. I stored it in a plastic bag and put it in the refrigerator to make sure that it stayed moist. You can also add just a bit of water if you need to keep your brush moist. But I was a little under the weather. I had a little cold, but I'm feeling a bit better, and the temperature is in the 70s outside, so it's a beautiful day to finish up this project. The second coat of paint is dry and time for the hardware. I'll be using this hardware that I found in my stash. The screws that came with the hardware were a bit short. Everything I had was too long, so what I did was went back to the old hardware, and we'll be using those screws to add the pulls on the dresser. Since I know the top of the dresser will get a lot of usage, I decided to use my Howard's wax to wax the top of the dresser, even though I'm using an all-in-one paint. And here's a quick reminder of what my dresser looked like before. And here's a look at the after. It turned out really nice. I wasn't sure about the gold hardware, but I think the combination of the gold and the gray is really stunning. I also took the wax and I waxed the feet too. I wanted to make sure that they were truly protected. So if you're out there watching and you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time to do so. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And don't forget the notification bell so you'll know when I upload new videos. I want to say thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. God bless. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.